Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't feel like the man I used to be? Your energy's gone. Your drive has dulled. And intimacy, something that once came naturally, now feels distant. But here's the real question. What if the problem isn't age? What if your body isn't breaking down? It's just missing something essential, something easily fixed. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience, helping men over 60 regain their strength, stamina, and confidence. Not with gimmicks, not with risky drugs, but by giving the body what it's quietly crying out for. Because here's a truth most doctors never say out loud. Men like you aren't losing desire. They're losing circulation. They're losing energy. And they're running low on the very nutrients that keep your masculine engine running. Today, I'll reveal the 3 most overlooked vitamins that can restore natural erections, supercharge your testosterone, and bring back the youthful vitality you thought was gone for good. And by the end of this video, I'll also expose the #1 mistake most men make when trying to fix this themselves and how to avoid it starting tonight. But first, before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss another vital health tip created especially for men in their prime. If this message already hits home, drop a 1 in the comments. If it doesn't yet, type 0 and tell me what's missing, because this channel is here to serve you better every single week. All right, let's get to the truth. Vitamin 1, the forgotten spark plug. Let's start with something simple. So simple, it's often ignored. But without it, nothing else in your body works the way it should. I'm talking about the sunshine vitamin D. Now, don't roll your eyes and think, oh yeah, I've heard of that one. Because what you've heard is only half the story. Let me take you back to a conversation I'll never forget. A 67-year-old man named Paul came into my office. Sharp mind, kind eyes, but a weight behind them. He leaned in and whispered something I've heard too many times. Doc, I still want to be close to my wife, but I can't. My body's just not cooperating. That quiet pain, not wanting to give up, but feeling like your body already has, is something I've seen in hundreds of men. And more often than not, the first step to reversing it doesn't come in a bottle from the pharmacy. It starts with vitamin D. We tend to think of vitamin D as something for bones or immune health. But in men over 60, it acts as a circulation switch, a direct signal to your blood vessels to open up and deliver oxygen-rich blood to the areas that matter most. Yes, that area too. Without enough of it, your body can't produce nitric oxide, a vital molecule that keeps your blood flowing and your intimacy alive. Without nitric oxide, erections become weaker. Stamina disappears. Your energy fades and your confidence follows right behind. Let me be blunt, over 40% of men over 60 are clinically deficient in vitamin D. And these aren't sedentary guys. These are active, health-conscious men who eat well and still wonder, why do I feel like I'm fading? Here's the truth. As we age, our ability to convert sunlight into usable vitamin D drops dramatically. You could spend an hour outside and still not be absorbing what your body needs. The result? Sluggish blood flow, brain fog, trouble sleeping, low testosterone, and yes, a frustrating drop in bedroom performance. But here's the best part. It's fixable, easily, naturally, and quickly. Here's what I recommend to every man over 60 who walks into my clinic. 1. Morning sunlight. Just 15-20 minutes a day can jumpstart your body's vitamin D production. No sunscreen, just gentle, early rays. 2. Fatty fish. Eat more wild salmon, tuna, or sardines. These are loaded with D and omega-3s to support heart and hormone health. 3. Supplement with D3. Not D2, D3 is the active form your body recognizes. Look for a quality supplement with at least 2,000 IU or more, depending on your levels. Check with your doctor. And remember, this isn't about chasing a six-pack. This is about reclaiming your vitality, feeling like yourself again. Imagine waking up with natural energy, feeling strong, focused, and ready to connect without struggling or forcing it. I've seen men who couldn't walk around the block suddenly feel alive again, reconnect with their wives, and rediscover their purpose, not because of magic, but because of chemistry. Still, vitamin D is only the beginning, because once your blood is flowing, your body still needs fuel. The kind of energy that doesn't just get you through the day, but powers you from the inside out. So if you've been waking up tired, struggling to focus, or feeling like your get up and go got up and left, it might not be your mindset. It might be your vitamin B12. Let's break that down next. Now, restoring energy is a game changer, but as you've probably guessed, energy alone isn't the full picture. The male body also needs protection, not just from the obvious threats, but from the silent forces that chip away at your strength day by day. Because what good is energy if your system is inflamed, your blood vessels are stiff, and your testosterone is slowly declining? This is where the third vitamin steps in, one that many people dismiss as just for fertility. But in truth, its impact reaches far beyond that. Let's dive into why this unsung hero may be the missing link in your health puzzle. Vitamin 3, the fertility defender, vitamin E. I'll never forget a man named James. He was 70, a retired pilot, and as disciplined as they come, fit, focused, and genuinely invested in his well-being. But the day he walked into my clinic, he looked me straight in the eye and said, "Doc, I'm doing everything right. I eat clean, I exercise every morning. But lately something's off. My energy's okay, but my drive, gone. I don't bounce back like I used to. I feel like I'm fading, and to be honest, I just don't feel like a man anymore." That hit me hard, not because James had failed, but because his story was so common. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't neglecting himself. He just didn't know what he was missing. What he was missing was vitamin E. See, most people associate vitamin E with skincare or fertility in women. But when it comes to men's health after 60, it plays a far more powerful role, one that's critical to your strength, stamina, and sexual function. Vitamin E is a natural antioxidant. That means it defends your body against oxidative stress, the invisible force that gradually damages your blood vessels, hormones, and reproductive system as you age. Think of it as rust slowly spreading through the pipes. Without vitamin E, that rust builds up inflammation, narrows your arteries, and weakens your hormonal response, especially testosterone. And when testosterone starts to dip, your energy doesn't return as quickly, your mood gets duller, your libido takes a back seat, your sense of vitality fades without warning. It's not instant, but it's constant. That's why so many men gradually lose their edge without even realizing it. But here's what makes vitamin E especially powerful. It keeps your blood vessels flexible and healthy. And that's everything when it comes to performance. Because an erection, it's not just about desire, it's about circulation. When blood flow is restricted, even a strong mental spark can ignite a physical response. And it doesn't stop there. Vitamin E also supports your natural testosterone production, something that's absolutely essential after 60. Low testosterone doesn't just affect the bedroom. It affects your motivation, your clarity, your confidence, your very sense of purpose. So how do you get more vitamin E the right way? Here's what I recommend. Eat more vitamin E-rich foods. Incorporate almonds, sunflower seeds, olive oil, avocados, and leafy greens like spinach or Swiss chard into your meals. These are natural sources your body loves. Choose a high-quality supplement if needed. If your diet is lacking or your absorption isn't what it used to be, a natural vitamin E supplement, preferably full spectrum, can help bridge the gap. Avoid synthetic versions. Look for D-alpha tocopherol on the label instead of DL. The difference in how your body absorbs it is night and day. I've seen men like James come back 3-4 months later, walking taller, smiling wider, and feeling more connected to themselves, their partners, and their purpose. And that's just from addressing a single deficiency they didn't even know they had. Do these vitamins work better together? Now, at this point, you might be wondering something important and smart. If these vitamins are so powerful on their own, what happens when I take them together? Do they work even better? The answer is yes, and not just a little. When used in the right combination and dosage, these three nutrients create a powerful synergy, a ripple effect that transforms your entire experience of aging. Let me tell you about Walter. He was 68, a retired high school coach with a booming voice and a big heart. He'd been taking vitamin D for a while to help with his immune system, then added B12 when his energy started dropping, and later at my recommendation introduced vitamin E to support testosterone. But it wasn't until he started taking all three together consistently and correctly that he came back into my office with a smile so big I thought he won the lottery. He said, "Doc, I don't know what you did, but I feel like I've got a brand new engine under the hood. That's the magic of synergy. These vitamins don't just operate independently, they amplify each other. Vitamin D boosts nitric oxide, opening up blood vessels for healthy circulation. Vitamin B12 increases red blood cell production, ensuring oxygen flows efficiently. Vitamin E protects those vessels and supports testosterone, the fuel behind masculine drive. Together, they form what I call the vitality triangle: circulation, energy, hormonal support, all working together in harmony. This matters more than ever as you age, because after 60, nutrient absorption slows, inflammation rises, recovery takes longer, and one missing piece can cause the entire system to misfire. But when all three are in place, your body starts to remember how it used to feel. You wake up more rested, you think clearer, sharper, you feel more emotionally resilient, you respond faster physically and mentally, and best of all, a quiet, powerful confidence begins to return. Not fake bravado, but a grounded, natural sense of, I'm still me. Walter wasn't some rare case. I've seen this transformation happen again and again in men who commit to these nutrients daily, naturally, safely, and with purpose. And this is but most men never get to feel this way. Why? Because they unknowingly make a common mistake that sabotages their progress from the start. And if you're not careful, you might be making it too. So let's talk about what that mistake is and exactly how to avoid it next. Previously, we uncovered one of the biggest mistakes men make with supplements: poor quality and inconsistency. Now let's dive deeper into how those seemingly small missteps can make a world of difference or stand in your way completely. A lot of generic supplement brands use a form of B12 called cyanocobalamin. Sounds scientific, right? But here's the catch. Many older men can't effectively convert this form into something the body can actually use. It's like giving your engine the wrong kind of fuel. It might run, but not well. What your body truly needs is methylcobalamin, the active form that's readily absorbed and used by your system. And this isn't just a B12 issue. The same mistake applies to other vitamins too. Take vitamin D, for example. There's D2, which is cheaper and often found in bargain supplements, but it's also far less effective than vitamin D3, the form your body truly needs to boost circulation and hormone production. Then there's vitamin E. Many synthetic versions miss the complete spectrum of compounds your body needs to fully support testosterone levels, heart health, and proper blood flow. But beyond the form of the vitamin, there's another silent killer: inconsistency. Popping a supplement once or twice a week only when you remember isn't going to change much. Think of your body like a garden. You can't water it once and expect it to bloom. Your body thrives on rhythm. It needs daily, steady support to rebuild energy, restore healthy circulation, and rebalance hormones. This isn't about finding a magic fix overnight. It's about laying a consistent foundation that supports you for the long haul. That's exactly what made the difference for Gerald. When he first came into my office, Gerald, a thoughtful, well-read 74-year-old, spread out a plastic grocery bag full of supplements on my desk. He looked up and said, "Doc, I've been taking all of these for months, but I still feel tired, foggy, and honestly, nothing's improving down there." The frustration in his voice was real and sadly familiar. I've heard it countless times from men trying their best without results. The problem wasn't Gerald's effort, it was the execution. Once he made the switch to higher quality, more bioavailable forms of these vitamins, and more importantly, started taking them every single day, something remarkable happened. Within just a month, Gerald reported better sleep, clearer mornings, and a sense of energy and confidence he hadn't felt in years. As he put it, he was finally starting to feel like a man again. That transformation didn't come from some complicated lifestyle overhaul. It didn't come from trying harder. It came from doing it right, from giving his body what it truly needed in a form it could actually use with the consistency to make it stick. So now that you know what matters: quality, form, and consistency, you might be asking the next logical question: how do I make this part of my day without it becoming overwhelming? That's exactly what we'll explore next: a simple, realistic routine that any man, yes, even you, can follow every single day. A plan that supports your energy, performance, and vitality without taking over your life. Let's get into it.